Hello again. Welcome back to Asgard and welcome back to Celestial Journey. So we're actually picking back up pretty much right after the last episode. I figure go ahead and pull the bandage off, get Twilight Forest knocked out real quick. I forgot to grab dirt. Get that knocked out real quick and that way we can just push on with other things. Let me get... And honestly, I don't really have any clue right now as to where I want my Twilight Forest portal long term. I've kind of got other build projects that I'm working on. So, we're just going to toss it down right here. That sounds good. So let's just dig us out a nice 4x4 area. And then we'll go ahead and just toss it down here. I can promise it won't stay here for too long, but for right now. I've got to figure out like where I want my portal hub to be, basically, at this point. And then let's go ahead and just throw down our oxeye daisies. And before we head in, what does it take to make the magic map? Torchberries, raven feather, glowstone, and then 8 pieces of paper. Okay. I got that stuff. And we're just going to be doing kind of highlights while going through the Twilight Forest. Just knock it out real quick. I think pretty much most everybody's been through it a bunch of times, and it's really just a boss rush. But once again, energetic alloy into there to make the portal itself. And where do we spawn in at? Okay, this isn't too bad. Let me go ahead and mark this as home. And our first order of business is, of course, looking for a Naga area. Let me actually set this just in case. There's a swamp. But I need raven feathers and torchberries. I'm going to look for the raven feathers first, and then I might spot a torchberry. If not, they're really common underground, but... Okay, down here will be torchberries. There we go. Silence of the Forest. Alright, let's get that. And then let's go ahead, get our magic map focus, and get ourselves our magic map. Just leave that behind, I don't really want it. Okay. And that's going to complete that quest. And next up we have to defeat the Naga. Okay. So, are there any rewards for these quests, or... No, it doesn't look like it, so it's probably just going to be more of like a straight shot through, I think. Man, I'm running out of hotbar space. I need to get rid of this thing, get rid of these slime boots pretty soon. Alright, oh, we have the 3 Musketeer Naga back here. Let's go ahead. I'll just throw it in my offhand there. Alright, our first boss. Here we go. Let's get him. No, come back. Come back here. And there we go. He is dead. Alright, now I'm half tempted to... There's so many Naga. I'm not worried about it. I can come back later. I'm just going to kill one for now. Alright, let me push on to the Lich now. And I'm just gonna bounce up to the top of his tower, I think. Nah, it's not worth it, because then I'll have to mine blocks, and might as well just run up there. It's not like anything can even really hurt us at this point. Now, the Twilight Forest is going to be very useful to us before too long. And the reason being is because a lot of spawners that you can't really find in the overworld without something like roguelike dungeons or apotheosis or something like that, You can find them in the Twilight Forest. Not all the creatures that will want to spawn, but a decent amount of like vanilla ones and Twilight Forest ones we'll be able to do, including ghasts. So that will be good. I might actually use this. Right. And don't forget any kind of magic damage. If you can deal magic damage to this guy, you can bypass this entire thing. There we go. He's dead. And quest complete. Okay, there we go. We've killed the Twilight Lich. What did we get? We got Scepter of Twilight. And then next up, oh, we got a Lustionic Shield, which is just a decorative thing, but we'll take it. And then they want us to get Blank Maze Map and then Beef Stroganoff. Okay. And that's going to put a little shield. Well, puts a little shield on my back. It's funny because it's not really showing with the Botania stuff, and it's from Botania. But I'll wear it for now, whatever. Okay, it looks like the swamp is off in this direction, so we'll just pop over here. I like the layout of our forest, to be honest, because I can pretty much, I mean, about everything is within, like, grasping range for us at this point. So there is our thing. We will come back here for some decorative blocks, because some of these I am going to want, but we can do that later. Alright, so let me just charge through here. Try to get a maze map focus. No, you don't. I hate cave spiders. And I love my Terrorblade. It's like such a good weapon because like, I mean, I know there's like better damage weapons, but you kind of have range and melee at the same time, which is quite good. Cool, this is one of the rooms I was looking for. I don't want to break at the spawners at the moment. But let's see. Maze map focus, great. Leave me alone. I'll take that stuff. Okay, and I don't have the wood for this, so seems like I always come down here without the wood. Okay, but there's enough oak wood. There's our crafting station. Leave me alone. Alright, so there's our blank maze map. I'm not going to activate it right now, but we will here in just a little bit. Okay, now I need to find my way down to the next floor. Oh, that didn't take very long. It was just right down the hallway. Alright, and by the way, the looting effect for the Terrorblade does take effect, I believe, whenever you use the ranged. It seems to be for me anyways. But if I recall, that does work. All your enchants and stuff work on the ranged attack for it. Okay, let's go ahead and activate our maze map. And we get 4 potions of swiftness. I'm not going to turn that in right now. I don't need them. But we're looking for Meef Stroganoff. Okay, it looks like right back there is our maze breaker. So, oh, I don't know. I don't even got the patience for that right now. I don't need it. So, we can always come back later. That's probably what we'll do. Just not worried about it, to be honest. Alright. There we go. Oh my gosh. We're just too powerful. Alright, there we go. Quest completed. Let me grab that. Let me grab... I guess I'll take the gunpowder, just because I have a bunch from creepers in this place. Okay, and that's done. There we go, Mighty Stroganoff, and let's get out of here. Okay, I found our place to get out, so... There we go, and let's go ahead and throw this back on. This has actually been a very quick trip so far. I've only been in here for, I don't know, maybe 6 minutes or something. Let's go ahead. Honestly, what took me the longest was finding a raven at the start. Like, no joke, that's what took me the longest. So, for this boss, let's go ahead and throw that on just in case. Because this boss actually does hit pretty hard. Okay. This sword actually does massive damage against the Hydra. All things considered. There's one head down. Oh, you're dead. Okay, that was easy. Go ahead and take that back off. No reason to wear it like most of the time. Just certain bosses that might deal a lot of damage. It's worth throwing on for those. Alright, Hydra's dead. No reward for that one. Next up is Night Metal. Which, I'm curious, are these armor shards used for much in this pack? I am planning on getting one of these little crabs, maybe. But, because I like having the Night Metal. You can also do the Goblin Knights, too, of course. Night Metal Seeds. Use a little bit here for Creative Energy Sale. That's enough that it would be a pain to farm, but... Okay, so... Let's see, Dark Forest, where you be? I guess it's going to be up in the north, probably. So I'm going to start heading up. Okay, I found the entrance, so... They're kind of... So many creepers. Here we go. Let's go ahead and just do that. And we're going to grab both of these real quick. Leave me alone. Alright. This should be about the last place I got to use a bunch of torches on, I think. Well, this and maybe Lamp of Cinders. So, actually, I'm going to mark... I'm just going to mark this as up. So I know kind of where the room is. To get me back. These guys might have what we need for the quest, though. The sword. This actually does massive damage. Especially when that Vorpal procs. It does a ton of damage. I got armor shards. Is it not counting that? I need 12 of them. Okay. Okay, I found it. It didn't take too long. As soon as I noticed it there on the map, I was like, oh yeah. There it is. And I did get the armor shards that we needed also, so. No, you don't. You can chuck those all day, and I just don't care. Alright, so we got Night Phantom Trophy, Unbreaking 3, Fire Protection 3, Unbreaking 3, Leech 3, Smite 3, Vorpal 2, Sharpness 3, Unbreaking 2, Fortune 1, XP Boost 2, Unbreaking 3. I'm just going to take like one of each, I think. Yeah. We didn't get any Night Metal chest plates, but I don't guess. That's fine. I'm just going to stick them probably on armor stands later on. Once we make a little, like, armor, you know, some kind of a little armor area. So, I don't want this stuff. You can keep it. Okay, let me get out of here. And the next quest will be to go kill the Ur-Ghast. Okay, I'm just going to steal a bit of this tower wood to make our climb really easy. And which, if you're looking for like a legit playthrough, I have, or a legit run through of the tower, I have done them before. Oh, whoops. Wasn't aimed quite low enough. There we go. And we're just going to pillar up the side of this. I have done them legit before, but not too worried about doing them legit anymore. I do kind of want to go inside and get a borer. I don't know if we need Camonite for much in this pack. Guess it'd be worth a look. Yeah, we need friend crystals. So we're definitely going to need it. And then blocks. No. Okay, so here we are. I was hoping that would work. There are some methods to kill her without having to do all this, but that just made her really upset. Let's see if we can find the babies. Alright, I need you. There we go. There we go. She's dead. I don't know why I'm keeping that. I'm used to those being like rare or something. And being like, oh, I need that. But I don't really need that. Alright, so there's a little bit of Camonite, Fiery Tears, Ur-Ghast trophy. Alright, now I'd like to pop down real quick. Since we got her out of the way. Let's just pop down to the bottom real quick. And I want to see if we can find a borer. Just so we can go ahead and grab it while we're here. Since we are going to need Camonite. I'm not really having like any mob spawning at the moment. I'll be back anyways because I got to come back and get those gas spawners. So I'll just cut through and we'll go on to the Alpha Yeti then. Which I'm going to head to the west. I'm betting that's where the Snow Queen's at. Okay, here we go. Yeti fight. You're welcome to throw a tantrum. Ah, the lag! Okay. Quest complete, defeating the Alpha Yeti. Alright, now it's on to the Snow Queen. Alright, let's get the... Wow. There we go! She's dead. Alright. And we got the tri-bow from her. Now we just have to pop on down to the south and go get our... I mean, that's pretty much the bosses. There is the final boss, quote-unquote, but we're not going to bother with him because there's really no point, to be perfectly honest. I've shown him off a couple times, and yeah. A couple times is enough. I don't know that we'll need any castle blocks or anything. If anything, I might need the crag rock that's up there for the build. That would be about the only thing I could think of from the castle that I might use for our build. From the castle area. There's a few Twilight Forest blocks we're going to be using, but not too much in the way of castle blocks. Okay, I'm going to, before we go down, I was about to go down and I was like, oh wait, let me change my mind here. Before we go down, I'm going to go ahead and go up first so we can go ahead and just get everything in one go. Here we are. Hiya! Okay, there we go. We'll go ahead and take a giant sword, and I'm going to grab a giant pick. Hey, there's the castle. I could just, like, leap from here over to there. Yeah, let me take that. Okay. Starting to have inventory issues, but we're just about done, so it works out. Hey-ya! And I'm going to go ahead and mark this as up. Because we are just... Yeah, there's the cave. Put that there. Hey, there's our giant obsidian, so that works out. And boom, there we go. Alright, I'm going to take the magic beans. I'm going to take the Ur-Ghast soil. Oh, there was a quest for magic beans? Really? Well, probably, because they probably wanted us to go up and then go down and all that. Lamp of cinders. Oh, and they want us to get castle brick. So I guess we're going to grab some while we're here. It would seem. But there's our lamp of cinders. And... Oh, and we need torchberries for glimmering living wood. So I'm going to take this. Even though we can easily automate glimmering living wood. I mean, torchberries, but since I'm here, I might as well grab these. And let's get up out of this most horrid of places. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and pop up there and just snag a castle brick. Hey, okay, how many of the castle bricks do I need? Oh, we need castle roof tiles, too. Are these used for something? Oh, Gaia pylons. Okay, so we're going to need those for sure. Well, lucky for me, I'm running out of space at the moment. Let's just do that. Oh, good God. I refuse to enchant the Shikaxe because it's just such a, like, broken OP tool. We're not going to be enchanting it, but I think I just lost a lot of those, but, or maybe not. Anyways, there's 64, and then we need castle roof, 64 castle roof tiles. Oh. Wait a second. We could just chisel this. Yeah, we can chisel that into castle roof tiles. Which it seems that castle roof tiles are not used for anything. Is there a quest after this one? No. Okay, so in that case, we're just going to jump back home. And we're just going to chisel it. Because we don't really need a ton of these. At least not at the moment. The castle bricks. So, long term, I'm probably going to want more Gaia pylons, maybe. If nothing else, than for decor. But, I don't know, I'll probably use Natura pylons instead of Gaia pylons. Alright, and that means all of the Twilight Forest quests are done now. We get 4 potions of swiftness, we get 5 ender crystals, that's actually kind of a nice reward, 3 conduit facades, and 3 hardened conduit facades. I think if you were, like, as far into the pack as you would probably be, the ender crystals may not be as useful, but... oh, we got a capacitor bank. And we got 5 enticing crystals. Oh, man. That I will take. Because that's what we use for our attraction obelisk. The ender crystals we will use for our dark solarium jet plate, which I need 2 of. Okay, so this thing can go... I'm very happy about this capacitor bank. That made the whole thing worth it, kind of. And what's it take to make, dare I look, what's it take to make Natura pylons in this? Oh, it's just Terra Steel. Okay, that's actually really, really cheap then. Alright, now we've got some time, because Twilight Forest didn't take us very long. I'm going to pop down to the bottom of the prison, where there's lots and lots of bedrock. And I was debating on how I want to do this. I wouldn't mind just summoning a Wither and fighting it, like, legit. But, the only thing is I really don't want to destroy all my stuff. Or have to go find a place to summon it. Because I was thinking we could just make a regen. We could make a regen 2 Tainted Blood necklace and, like, we'd be unkillable just about. Because I need to make this stuff anyways for whenever we automate the Wither. Which I've got a couple ideas. We're going to be doing it powerless, I think, for automating it. I think it'd be more fun because there's nothing terribly exciting about just setting up a draconic evolution grinder or something. But I'll tell you what, for now, because I don't really want to spend a ton of dark steel on this, let's just make, yeah, 8 should be fine. I've got an idea. Really, I don't even think we have to technically have any, truth be told. Let me get, like I said, we need 12 for right now. Let me get a few more, though. We'll get like an extra 5, just for kind of breathing room if I decide I need nether stars for this or that. Because I know we'll need some for like division sigil and some things like that. So might as well. And let me grab my boat. Okay, so what we're going to do, we don't normally do this method, and it'll be fun to use it. Let's see. Never remember the dimensions of this. It's 3. Yeah, so it's going to be right in here. What we're going to do is we're going to come down like 2 blocks. That should be the very center. And then we'll just go ahead, place out this. Of course, you can use obsidian for this. So, just a heads up. But I think... do that and just see. I don't think he's able to hit us. It's been a while since I've done this. It helps if I actually build it. Whoops. Do that. That. And we now have a wither. Okay, so he's pretty much stuck right here. Oh, God. I'm taking a lot of damage. His explosion is what it is. He's got a lot of health, too. I won't need... Maybe he has an knockback for melee. Or like, kind of like the blazes do, I don't know. Yeah, because I mean, being near him's not hurting me. Man, the wither's pretty stout in this battle. Like, he's got a lot of health and stuff. And quest complete. Withering Heights. We got our very first nether star. Okay, yeah, let me break this stuff off. Because I don't really need it. And, yeah, and then we'll just rinse and repeat. I got a lot of kills to get. So, this will be fun. I may have to go back and get food. But technically we could set one of these up in the overworld too, I guess. I think he's killing those one guys. But yeah, I've got some ideas on how I want to automate it, but ideally I want more. Oh, I'm gonna do that for him. Oh, now he's summoning the wither skeletons. If I go back, I'll probably make a regen tainted blood necklace, honestly. Because that would make this a bit easier, but let's see, our quest book, we did get a quest completed. I guess that don't really have to be on my hotbar, I just like it there. Withering Heights and then Division Sigil is completed. Only goes to the Watcher. Oh, these Division Sigils. I'm going to start dumping these things off. We do have to find a woodland mansion, though, to get our... That's really all we really need to get our stable Division Sigil. Because we've got the Elytra, the Nether Stars, Dragon's Breath, Chorus Fruit, Unstable Blocks. Ooh, yeah. Let's craft those. But even still, that's not hard to do. He's just killing everything up there. I can hear, like, Enderman crying, and then those floaters and all that. But anyways, I'll be back once I finish killing withers for right now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab this reinforced obsidian. Because I just don't need it here anymore. I think the next time we go about spawning the wither, it'll probably be in like a automated setup. I've still got one more summon worth of skulls left, but I'm not too worried about it, to be perfectly honest. And don't forget, obsidian should work for that as well. But there's our Nether Stars. If we pull back up the Elven Gateway, I mean, all this stuff we pretty much got. It's just the Awakened Activation Crystal that we need. Which really just means that we need to get a Archmage Blood Orb. Which is Demon Gem, which is all this stuff. Elysian Ingot is... Oh, just Terra Steel. But I need a Tier 5 altar. Basically. Which means that I'm going to need some beacons. I'm going to go ahead and get the beacons, and I've got to basically just make a bunch of runes. I went ahead and got enough Nether Stars, though, to make 2 sets of beacons. Because we're going to have the beacons on this one, then we're going to have the beacons on our first automatic blood altar. We're going to have more automatic blood altars. But, oh, it takes compressed obsidian. Okay. Well, that is a-okay. It just takes 3 per, so that's actually not bad at all. Okay, so there's our 4 beacons, which is all we need to get up to the Tier 5 altar. It's just those beacons, and of course I've already got a place for them here and here. Okay, and then I just have to get all the runes made, which is like, I need like 50 runes or something. So far, they've all been self-sacrifice runes. I mean, really, I could just go with blank runes even. But I think self-sacrifice would be the way to go. I do think, though, we could make capacity runes, and I might make some capacity runes at this point. Augmented capacity we cannot make at the moment. But runes of capacity are actually fairly cheap to make. Oh, and you know what I forget? I forget that it doesn't take a blank rune in this pack. So really it's kind of sort of cheap, like cheaper in a way. This one takes a blank rune. Wait, what? This one does not. Okay. Interesting. That one takes, that one takes. That one takes, that one takes capacity rune. Rune of the Orb does not take a rune. Acceleration does. And charging does. Okay. And speed runes take Eris, which is easy. Okay. Because I might start moving away from just self-sacrifice runes at this point. But that's why I've been running loads and loads of Dark Steel. Because we're going to need it here soon. Hey, what are you doing in my base? You fool. But I don't know which runes I'm going to make, but I have to make a lot of them. Because we basically have to jump from a tier 3 altar up to a tier 5 altar on runes. We have all the hard stuff. It's just the grindy stuff that we have to do. Be easy if we already had automatic blood set up, but we don't. And the worst thing is I'm going to have to craft up these runes and the runes for the automatic blood altar downstairs at this point. So we did do this though. We cleared the Twilight Forest. So yeah, yes. We need to do the other Divine RPG bosses. Resonant Satchel. Calling of the Watcher is easy to craft. Very easy to craft. And Infernal Flame is really easy to craft. We might do that here soon. Just so we can finish out. I mean, I think there's... Oh yeah, but Witchery doesn't have the whole... Okay. So, we still have to do this. I love the name of this. Toss a coin to your Witcher. I live in a cave, so I don't really see these monsters very much, but I'm steadily getting there. But it looks like, yeah, we just have to do these Divine RPG bosses. But I'm not sure if all the other dimensions have quests. Maybe they don't. Well, there's Divine Rocks right there, which we've already done. So they probably do have them. They're probably just hidden. Probably be like bam, 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 and then I don't know, maybe some more stuff. But okay, I'm gonna get cracking on these runes, and I'll be back in a while. Okay, now there's a couple things I want to do before I get started on making all these runes, though. I want to go ahead and get a Tainted Blood Pendant for starters, and we'll go ahead and just drop this right there, along with some glowstone, some nether wart, and a ghast tear. And then let's go ahead and just bind that to there, bind that to there. And we'll go ahead and get this crafted up real quick. And this is going to make us a Regen 2 necklace. Now you could also do, like Falling Canard works great. There's also the ritual of the feathered knife or whatever. I don't know that I would do the ritual of the feathered knife. And that's simply because, I mean, you're looking at, I mean, unless you just don't have Botania, rituals in this pack are a little bit, well, if you have Darksteel automated and Obsidian and stuff like that, it's not that expensive really, but. Alright, so that is done. And now we have our Brew of Revitalization with Regen 2 on it. Okay, now the other thing I'd like to do just to make our lives a little bit easier, let's go ahead and get ourselves a hopper. And because we're not fully automating, I'm not going to worry about setting up nodes for this system, but probably come, depending on how things go, maybe even come next episode, we'll see. We'll start fully auto on our blood magic stuff. But let's go ahead and just throw in a little bit of blood into there. Let's throw this on so we've got our Regen 2 going. And then we can just toss that in and get that running. Now, right now, let's see, speed runes are blank slates. Honestly, I'll probably stop at blank slates for like the first stack and get some speed runes crafted up, and then I may switch over to, say, like capacity would be nice to have. And then probably more self-sacrifice. Probably that's going to be our three main ones for this altar, is capacity to a certain extent, and then lots of speed and self-sacrifice, I do believe. But this way I can craft like a stack at a time. It takes a little bit longer, of course, but once we get our speed runes in, it won't be too bad. So, there we go. There's a stack of blank slates. Awesome. Alright, so there's 11 blank runes. So anyways, I'm going to keep running these and running lots and lots of Darksteel at the moment. Now, I might let's see, because I would like to make the runes for this altar. But I can also go ahead and start setting up our other altar where we're going to have automated. And that might make our lives a little bit easier on expanding out this altar, honestly, at this point. Because we need, I mean, this stage of runes isn't too bad because we only need like 25. But the next one is the one that we need like 80 something for. And it's going to be very, very expensive for us at this point to try to do it. To try to do it this way, I think. Okay, it has been a bit. It has been quite a bit. You can see I've started setting up something here. I've been working on here for a while. So I've set up a couple things that we'll just kind of quickly go over. I set this up. We're going to be using this little system a little bit later on. But you can see some of our mana pumps and mana pools. I'm not sure if it'll be next episode or the episode after, but we're going to do a quick setup. They are also set up a couple more of these stands. They're not totally done, but just trying to get more stuff stored, trying to get some things sorted that we're going to be using. So this is kind of like magical miscellaneous stuff. So slates and nodes and filters and stimulants and empty bases and also kind of rare sort of boss items and overgrowth seeds, things like that. And then our dust. I do have a dragon egg slotted here, but I don't have a dragon egg in the system right now. And this over here is all just plants. And I'm going to have to make another stall for plants. Between plants and between lands, and then saplings and things like that, it's going to take a lot. Now, if we head over... Yeah, I've got that on me. Cool. If we head over to here, I did get a dragon egg generator or dragon egg meal made with our nether star. It wasn't too expensive. I also spent one nether star here on the unbreakable wand. Just the standard one. I'm not going to upgrade it. Chances are. That's just way too many blocks. And then if we head down, I spent a lot of time on our prison. First up, I have expanded out the top. I kind of shot myself in the foot, though, because now I did these little bits, but I didn't actually finish the ceiling and connecting it to the next structure that's above it, which is going to be our Well of Souls. That's going to sit above the prison, but I didn't do the ceiling and stuff, so now I've either got to build cobblestone or get flight to easily do this ceiling part. These sections here are not done, just the kind of what faces the exterior is sort of sorted. And then if we look down here, you can see our second blood altar coming together. Down there. I mean, I still have, I mean, you notice the floor is like super plain right now. We still have a lot of decor work to do down there. But if I pop down, you can see these lower floors. I have actually built these out, except for the rooms. I think most everything, and then all the little detail bits and everything, stuff to be put in. So I think everything down to like the bottom floor is kind of situated, and then that section there also. And then I've got to do more hanging cages and things like that. Okay, I see you. Oh, and I started running rotatics in mass. We have a lot of diamonds right now. Let me clear out this floor a little bit, because I have a lot of friends right now. Over here, we've kind of got our blood altar started. I can get down underneath it over on that side, but if I pull up, just say this between stone, you can see down here, of course, there's our bedrock, and I've left plenty of space for us to work down here and set up rituals and things like that. So let's pop up, and I got a craft laid out upstairs. Well, it's actually a couple crafts. But I haven't used this altar yet, but technically this altar right now is a tier 4. I started getting it built up to like a tier 3, and then I was like, oh man, I've got to have a tier 4 for one of the things that I need. So what we're going to do, and this doesn't have any sacrifice rooms or self-sacrifice rooms, this is all sacrifice speed, and capacity. It's kind of laid out like that. So the first 8 are all sacrifice, and then sacrifice 3 to 2 speed, and then 2 speed, 2 capacity, 3 sacrifice on those tiers. So it all kind of matches up. But anyways, I've got to start stabbing myself. Let me throw this on. And basically, I've got 26,000 millibuckets of storage in this at the moment. And basically, I just need to get this built up, because what I need to do is I need to change over... I need to change over these Rune of Prides into Elemental Inscription Tool Dusks. But it does require 12,000 life points to do so. Okay, there's 12,000 in there. I'm going to go ahead and toss in a rune for us. There we go. There is our very first Elemental Inscription Tool Dusk. Oh, and I did set up a little chest. It's over by our runic altar. And I've kept 2 of each rune. I had to make 2 additional... I had to make 2 summer and 2 autumn runes. So the only season rune I don't have in there right now is spring. But I did set those up so that we've got them for crafting our advanced runes. Because if you take a look at the inscription tool, or not the inscription tool, the ritual diviner, for the dusk one, you need 2 envy, 2 gluttony, and a sloth, as well as the 3 pride runes, which is where I needed the summer. And then the envy just took winter, gluttony just took winter, but then the sloth took autumn. Which, once again, those are like super cheap. Once you have the runes, they're super cheap because it's just diamonds. And I'm just running Rototix in mouse. I think I have, last I looked, I had like 5 or 6 Rototix souls built up. I may have more than that. Okay, but let's run this last pride rune. And this should be the last time we have to stab ourselves, at least for this stuff. I mean, we'll still probably be stabbing ourselves on occasion for our manual craft altar, because I just want to keep it as self-sacrifice. But but with the dragon egg generator, our red coal is now maxed at the 700% efficiency boost. And really, once you have 2 nether stars, dragon egg generator is really easy to craft. So if we take a look in here, I did make some storage upgrades also. Yeah, we've got 8 Rototix souls at the moment. So I used a bit of diamonds, but we still have a lot built up in here. So, but I did make some storage upgrades just so I could get rid of like ender pearls and things like that. And I also wanted to complete the quests in that first tab. So those are now finished. But right over here, I've got a couple things laid out. First up, this right here, Wildwood Block. Once you have Mana Steel, really, really easy. Vibrant Alloy, Diamonds, Dark Solarium, which is just 10 Dark Steel, Solarium, and Pulsating Crystal. Very, very cheap in comparison to all the runes and junk I had to make, and Ritual Stones. But there's our Asmacium. And then if we take that and we put it in here with Elemental Inscription Tools of all the base elements and Enderium, we get our Ritual Diviner. But then if we put that in here, that, we get our Dusk Ritual Diviner, which is what I'm here for. Alright, so now what we can do, let's pop down, we'll get this set up, and then we'll get the next part of what we need. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop down underneath the bedrock here. And like I said, I've got 36 ritual stones, which should be exactly enough, and a master ritual stone. They're not as expensive as when we were making them for the smeltery at this point. So let's go ahead and set this to shift right click to switch it. We're going to set it to, we're looking for Well of Suffering. There we go, Well of Suffering. And we can see that it's, 36 runes in total for this one. Now if we were to set that up, I think that's the right, I think it's 3 high. I mean, technically I could push it up by 1. And I'm kind of tempted. Like pitstone tiles. Oh yeah, there's a pillar there and there's a pillar there. Now, I think we're going to build it out just right here. So, let me go ahead and pull these back up. And we'll go ahead and get this built out. And there we go. Okay, so there is our Master Ritual Stone. I also noticed something really nasty. So I was looking at the Elven Mana Spreader because I'm like, yeah, I'm getting so close to being able to get this. It takes Awakened Activation Crystal also. So just a heads up. Alright, so we're going to make a name tag here. I'm just going to do one for right now just to see if we can activate this. I mean, we'll be able to check to see if we can activate it without needing this, but I want to go ahead and have something there producing blood if it does work. So, we're going to name it Cattle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop over to our spawner real quick. And let me just open this up. Stop that. Pull out our Rototic, drop in our Witch. And I just want to spawn one of these real quick. No, you don't. Okay. There's that. And then let's go ahead and get our name tag out. We're going to name it Cattle. And then let me grab some blocks. And I'm just going to grab cobblestone because I've got lots of it. I actually filled up the drawer controller, or the compacting drawer, with double compressed cobblestone. So, yay, I guess. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're just going to build this out, kind of like a little pen, more or less. Let's go ahead and, yeah, it works. Awesome. And then we're going to put our witch in. Our name tagged witch, and she should drink her potions fast enough. Yeah, that's not going to matter. Now I just need a lot of witches, though. You can hear that it's hurting like Gru and Dramcraxes and stuff that are up here. Cyclopses, whatever's up here. Anything around the altar is going to start taking damage now. Now, long term, we're not going to have it set so that mobs can just spawn wild like this throughout our prison. But until I start moving power over here, it's not really realistic for me to really do anything about that at the moment. But you can see this is filling up. It's not fast right now, but it's not too bad. And the more mobs around this, of course, the faster that it's going to fill up. Now what I need to do is I need to go get a bunch more witches. I say a bunch. Honestly, like, if I get like 6 total right now, or I'll just do 4 more for now. I'll make 4 more cattles. Okay, I got our witches made. We're going to go set those down in there, but I want to get one thing real quick. I just realized I forgot to make... I only made 1 input routing node. I made a few nodes between cuts because we're going to start using quite a few nodes, but I forgot to make enough of them. Okay, so what we're going to do is, this is the drawer system that has my slates and stuff, so we're going to make a small sub-network back here. There's actually going to be a building that sits back here and kind of towers over a little bit of the night market here, but we're going to set a master routing node here. And this is pretty much going to be dedicated to just our blood altar automation stuff that's down there. But we're going to go ahead and shift right click on that. Then let's go ahead and pop down. I'm going to go ahead for right now, and I'm going to throw my blood orb just for a minute into here because I think... let's check our divination sigil. We've still got 20 in the 20,000 range. That's quite enough. We're going to add a few of our cattle witches into here. And they're going to be throwing poison at us. Oh, I need to watch out for that, though. Yeah, they've poisoned each other. And now they're going to start fighting if I'm not careful. I forgot it. The same thing happened to me on Divine Journey, actually. now that I think about it. But what I'm going to do is they should be not angry at each other right now. Okay. And we can add more, you know, later on and stuff. We're only getting about 524 right now per tick, which isn't great, but we'll speed it up. And then once we get more sacrifice runes, then we'll be in pretty good shape, I think. But what we're going to do, let me actually just leave this in here for right now. What we're going to do is we're going to set up an input node that sets like right here. And, or no, actually, let's have the input node setting there. The output node setting right there. What we're going to do then is, whoops. We're going to go ahead and then shift right click there to connect our output routing node to that system. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our input routing node and we'll just connect it. Well, we'll connect it up to the master. That's fine. Because we're going to be going up there. You can just connect it to the output, but I'm going to connect it up to the master. And then what we're going to do is our output routing node that sits right here. We're going to say that on the east side, you're going to have a precise item filter that says frozen stone or in stone is all you're going to accept. And then the input node, we're not going to put a filter on it. It can just input whatever. Because we're going to be automating, not this episode. We're going to do kind of a little semi-automation system this episode, but we're going to update it in the next episode for full automation. And the reason that I'm not going to fully automate it right now is because I want to have access to all the different types of slates before I automate it. And I need to upgrade my altar before I have access to the last slate. And then what we're going to do is we'll just pop back in behind this, and we're going to set an output routing node right here, and we're going to go ahead and shift right click on that master so that it plugs up, the input node. And then our output routing node, what we're going to do is we're going to say that on the north side, for right now, we're going to say that you can accept. Oh, let me grab another filter real quick. Well, actually, you know what? No, we're not even going to put a filter on this. We're just going to leave it as is because we don't need to filter it with the way I'm going to be setting it up. Which technically, now that I think about it, there's one other thing that we're going to need for the way that I want to automate it. But anyways, we'll get into that later. So we're not going to have to filter the output routing node. So we're just going to go ahead and take that, shift right click. And then we're going to do an input node and we're going to have a chest. So we're going to have a chest setting there and an input routing node setting right there next to it. Or maybe just kind of have it out of the floor, put it there. And it's going to pull from the chest. And then we're just going to go ahead and shift right click. Okay, now if we go over here and we take a look, we're just about to wrap up for this episode. We have 19 blank slates. Well, make it 20 blank slates at the moment. And then if we take and throw in our in-stone, and I forgot I left that blood orb in here, so I've got to pop down, and I was sitting there, I was like, wait, why is this not working? And I was like, oh yeah, I left that in there. So if we come down here and we pop out the blood orb, there we go. It's going to pop in stone, it's going to make a blank slate, it's going to pull it out. Then frozen stone, boom, blank slate, and it pulls it out. Now we're going to make this a little bit nicer to where it makes so many blank slates, then it makes reinforced slates until it reaches so many, and then it makes imbued slates, then it makes demonic slates, then it makes ethereal slates. And we're going to have it read all of that for us. And I will say, you know, we set this up something kind of similar back on the SevTech, and then I think in a couple other series as well, but we're going to do it kind of different and kind of take our own spin, and instead of doing it with a lot of, well, I guess in SevTech we didn't really use any tech. It was just like redstone and blood magic stuff that we used. But we're going to be mixing up a little bit of our Corporea system into this for our automation, which will be a lot of fun. A whole lot of fun. So, but we'll get into that. Hopefully next episode is what I'm hoping for, because next episode we should be able to start Corporea. I do believe. But this will make my life a whole lot easier because I can dump in a stack of endstone, and then after a minute, it should send out a stack of blank slates for us. I think we've got like 22 in here at the moment. Yeah, we've got 22. Okay, that's kind of what I was afraid of. Right now, we really don't have the blood coming in. I need to either add more witches to this or get more sacrifice runes on it. I mean, realistically, oh, it did craft it though. It was kind of chugging there a little bit. Realistically, 5 witches is not going to be enough. I think Divine Journey, we were running 20 something or 30 of them for our altar. Of course, we were running lots of speed runes in that. But if we take a look here now, we have a stack in 22. Now, right now, if I was to hit 4 stacks, then it wouldn't be able to pull out the blank slate, so it would go on and make reinforced slates. And right now, that's going to be the way that I'm using it, because it is kind of just a semi-automatic system. It's just that way I don't have to stab myself anymore. I don't have to pop down there and make things. I don't have to have even this hopper plugged up over here anymore. But then next episode we're going to make it a whole lot nicer, or next episode or the episode after, something like that. But we can go ahead and mark off life essence automation. I need to keep expanding on it, but it is automated now. Alright, but anyways, I'm going to end out this episode here. Next episode we should be able to start Corporea. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be able to. I have to make a few more runes, but it's not too bad. Yeah, so anyways, next episode we'll finish up getting our Elven Gateway core, get our Elven Gateway set up, and start with a little bit of basic Corporea. I don't think we're going to get into anything crazy next episode, but we are going to get into some basic Corporea come next episode. So at least making our lives a whole lot easier and preparing us for a lot of upcoming automation that we're going to be doing. A whole lot of upcoming automation. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys then.